A lot of the shit people have been saying about it online about just like, you know, being the kind of music that plays over the loudspeaker at H&M. Yeah, this Drake record is not good. Gonna be honest and say at this point on the record, you've given me zero reason to care. Feeling a light 3 on this one. Overall though, care package, more like the I don't really care all that much package. I'm feeling a decent 2 strong 3 on this one. Feeling a strong 3 on this one. I like the second disc even less than the first. I would probably give it like a light to decent 3, and I would average both of these discs out to pretty much like a light to decent 4. And there we go. It's like Drake really wanted to put together some cringeworthy lines on this thing, but I'm gonna stop here or else I'll just go on about this record forever. I'm feeling a decent strong 4 on this one. It just seems like Drake's insecurity is driving him to make all of these experimental tracks, all of these more aggressive tracks where he just constantly sounds silly. I'm feeling a light 5 on this album and more so-so moments on it. I'm feeling a light to decent 5 on this thing. Going back to a project like this does feel like you're staring into the petri dish of history and observing the earliest stages of something very significant. I can't really say I get much more out of it than that though. I'm feeling a decent to strong 5 on this thing. I think Drake unfortunately just doesn't really have the full capacity to edit himself effectively at this point, or just moments that are tacky and tasteless and just straight up terrible. Drake album is gonna Drake album essentially at the end of the day, and I'm not really sure if there's too much else to say about For All the Dogs. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this one, but yeah, that's really all I think about these extras. I could give it a strong 5. Is that fine? And I guess what's kind of sad is that the potential in them collaborating wasn't really fully explored. We just kind of got some short, enjoyable tracks. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this thing. Although this album is mostly enjoyable, it's not that bad. It's just kind of a loose collection of tracks that are a little hit or miss, and I'll leave it at that. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this thing. I don't think there's anything that you're really truly missing anyway. I'm feeling a decent 2 strong 6 on this one. Overall, I do consider this album to be growth for Drake though, especially considering that I liked this much more than his last album. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this. But I have heard Kendrick release better projects than this, at least 3 of them I would say. And that's pretty much what leads me to say that I'm feeling a decent to strong 7 on this record. And hopefully he continues to keep it this well organized as we continue on to his next full-length album later this year. I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this. No way! And I would like to say overall, I loved this project and I thought it was a great experience, and I really enjoyed it. I'm feeling a light 8 on this one. I have a lot of love for this album. I like where this guy is going. This LP lasted for an hour and it didn't bore me once. He's obviously advanced past his previous efforts, and I'm excited to see him do that more in the future. I'm feeling a light to decent 8 on this thing. I don't really have any complaints about it other than the very sort of glaring shortcomings of the production and the recording and the assembly and the structures of these songs, flaws that Kendrick and company already knew were in there when releasing this thing. Feeling a decent to strong 8 on this thing. If you listen to it hard enough to get the bigger picture, get the narrative, and just hear the story, it's most likely going to have a bigger impact on you. I'm pretty much feeling a light to decent 9 on this album. I mean, you know, you only get so many Kendrick Lamars, so be happy with the ones that you get. But it's albums like this that people use as benchmarks in musical history, and it just happens to be fantastically enjoyable as well. I'm feeling a come in 10 on this record. Yeah. I'm feeling a decent strong 4. I'm feeling a light to decent 8